run this town. SVFC. Bull Stampede, we don't back down. SVFC. Black and blue, hear us loud. SVFC. This is the Ville, give up now.
Live from the heart of the Carolinas, this is the Statesville FC Soccer Show. Hello and welcome to the Signal Hill Studios, home of WAME Real Country, 92.9 and 550 AM. We have had soccer played. Statesville FC played 2 games this week. We'll recap all of that here coming up. I'm Brian Buckauer. Sitting across from me, next to me really, is the man behind the brand, Statesville native, fellow Greyhound, Statesville FC co-founder and leader in the herd, and my co-host, Eric Hansen. How are we doing, Eric?
I'm doing good. Over there, Buck. Thank you so much. What's up, Statesville FC fans? The herd, right? It's great to be here once again in WAME Studios. My man Bryson once again is behind the camera helping things out for us, making sure we're running smooth. And yeah, happy to be here with the voice of the herd, my man Buck right here. Hopefully you heard the broadcast the other night. Yes, he's going to be the voice doing our broadcasting all season long. And we are here to discuss this past week action that we had. Also the week coming up, the games coming up. Also some sponsors are here. Some guests we're going to have in here in the studio today. So we're having a good time recapping everything that's going on with Statesville Football Club, the team, and just soccer in general around Statesville.
Yeah, it's a busy week in the NPSL, obviously. Opening week for the Southeast Conference. I'll recap a little bit of that. Statesville obviously kicked off against Burlington FC. We'll have a little conversation there.
Last
Tuesday, I-40 Derby. We'll have a little conversation about that real quick.
What a great game.
And then in our hot seat today will be our game day sponsor from Gallagher Home Team Realty, Jill Gallagher. So excited to talk to her.
Yes.
About the action they've got going on at the matches, their involvement with the club, and like to talk to these Statesville people and see how they're giving back to the community through Statesville FC. So that's awesome. But week 1, game 1, Burlington United. In your mind, Eric, as you were there, I guess, how did you feel the team was in preparation leading into that match?
Well, yes, I was there, Buck. I actually rode the team bus down I-40 all the way to Burlington. It was a great ride. The team were excited. I mean, it was a lot of things happened. You know, it was the first away trip, first game, first time as an ownership and founders being involved with this. First time breaking out the brand new uniforms. With our kit guy getting the balls ready, the first time warming up. Everyone, there was all kinds of excitement involved, and more than just the game itself. It was just, making history as far as being the first game ever played by Statesville SV franchise. There was some butterflies. Even the coaches, even the first starting lineup that we had out there may not have been the right mix of players. They'd only had maybe 3 practices before that game anyway.
I was going to say, that's what I noticed, was that the chemistry is something we've talked about.
Yes.
Getting this chemistry together. That's why that I-40 Derby was an excellent opportunity for the team. The chemistry, from my perspective, they're still working. They need to get there a little more. Burlington, you could tell, had some players that have played together, it seemed, a little longer. That team had been coached, I think, had an opportunity, I think, to be coached a little longer by the same standards, the same tactics all season. I think, talking to the coaches, that we might change a little bit from that 3 in the back to maybe 4 at the back. It all depends now situationally. I think what we found from Burlington is that the NPSL might be we might be a more physical team than the NPSL is ready for.
Yes, yeah,
I think
maybe.
that's one thing that works in our favor. We have a good vertical game in terms of we're able to get from front to back real quick. We're able to make most of some of those opportunities. That happened against Hickory as well, with the first ever goal in Statesville FC history with Braden Court. He was able to take advantage of a back pass because of that press. So
yes.
The verticality is there, something I noticed from that Burlington game, something I noticed from the Hickory FC game. But there's just some of the little details that they're obviously going to work on early in the season. And I think what we noticed after looking at the week 1's the action, I'm going to recap it real quick. Burlington, obviously, with the 1-0 win against Statesville. Greenville United had a 2-1 win against Charlottetown Hops. They were home in Greenville, and Mint Hill FC had a loss at home, to Bristol Rhythm. That was a huge upset, actually. Bristol Rhythm now in a 3-game road stretch to start their season. 865 United, the team we play tonight.
Yes.
Has not played yet in the NPSL. So once again, it's going to be one of those. We don't have any tape. We're not going to know what to expect. I think both teams kind of flying blind. They're also going to be looking for, I think, some chemistry. It's a long trip from Knoxville. But looking at the NPSL action, no one really blew anyone out. other divisions, other conferences that had massive blowouts. You had some 12-0 games.
12-0 games,
You had
yes.
some 7-0 games.
13-0 or 12-0? Yeah,
13-0. The team that Hickory beat.
The runner-up last year, yes.
Fairlito beat a team 12-0. I mean, there's some disparity in the conferences. I would not get our heads down with a 1-0 loss in the first game of the season. Everything I saw that needed to improve can be improved by coaching, by hard work, by playing, and I think that's not a problem. The division is still very much to play for, very early going, but there was a lot of positives to take from that.
There were a lot of positives. Yes, it wasn't only a 1-0 game.
Defensively,
right?
they're there.
Defensively, they're great. The center backs.
One free kick. That was a beautiful free kick.
Free kick at the top of the box, just out of the keeper's reach. It was an unfortunate foul, right where the position of the foul. But our center backs played great back there.
Callum Hudson, an excellent performance by him. He's been a real stalwart.
The big guy back there, the big physical guy back there. We had a couple other players that didn't even suit up. They weren't ready, where they had not been at practice. There were a couple injuries.
Yeah, we had a few late arrivals.
There's also some paperwork, late arrivals. They weren't on the field. McCourt didn't play in that game up top. So, we were missing some things. But I think the coaches saw what maybe went wrong and made some adjustments to the next game and even the starting lineup when we played in the I-40 Derby versus Hickory. And it was a big difference. I could tell a major difference in the way the team played, their style, and we actually got 2 goals.
What I like to see between the two in the I-40 Derby, if you were not there on Tuesday, get there tonight. Tickets available. Where you can get the tickets at for tonight's match against
tonight's match, you can get the tickets at statesvillefootball.club on our website. That's right, statesvillefootball.club. You can pre-order tickets there if you haven't already, or you can get tickets at the gate.
Stick around. In our next segment, it's Jill Gallagher that's going to join us. She was at our first game. She can tell you how exciting that was, how much fun that was, just the atmosphere that we're hoping to create. It was there. The buzz was there. It was electric.
It was a great atmosphere at that I-40 Derby. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we get our guests back here in the next segment. We'll welcome Miss Jill Gallagher.
Looking to brighten your home or someone's day? Come see us at Johnson Greenhouses, your local destination for beauty and style. From stunning custom floral arrangements to stylish Scout bags, delicious Ladyfingers food items, and store-wide home decor, Johnson Greenhouses has something special for every occasion and every season. Whether you're decorating, gifting, or just treating yourself, you'll find quality, charm, and friendly faces every time you visit. We're conveniently located at 204 Salisbury Road in Statesville, or give us a call at 704-873-4345, or stop by and see what's blooming today. Johnson Greenhouses, where flowers, flavor, and home style come together.
Welcome back to the Statesville FC Soccer Show, only on WAME Radio, Signal Hill Studios. Joined live, Eric Hansen, my co-host, and we have in our hot seat today our guest, Jill Gallagher. Give us a little intro there.
Okay, our guest today was born and raised in Iredell County. She's a 1997 North Iredell graduate, has stayed close to her roots. She's working in real estate since 2007 to become one of the top agencies in Iredell County with Gallagher Home Team Keller Williams Realty. She's a wife, a mother of 2. Some refer to her now as the Bionic Woman, a young lady who has always had a unique love for possums.
Oh, wow.
Jill Gallagher.
Oh.
Nice.
Welcome to the hot seat, Jill.
Thank you.
Now to start off, you were at the match Tuesday night.
Yes.
The I-40 Derby.
The I-40 Derby tonight. We play 865 Alliance. I assume you'll be there tonight.
Absolutely.
You were there at the I-40 Derby. Usually I have a different question to start, but I think this is a unique opportunity. For those who didn't go to the game, what was the experience like?
You know, I think, it was seamless, actually. And I think that speaks to the leadership tremendously of pulling that off. So well done. There was so much energy there. The game was super exciting. And you mentioned physical earlier. Somebody did. It is a very physical game. Super exciting, but the energy is electric. And it was a lot of fun.
What would you say, I guess, to someone who wasn't there to try to maybe entice them to go?
Well, so realistically, I think as a Statesville native, I say this with love. We all want something to do for our families. With our families, we want to stay in Statesville. We want to support Statesville. This is where you show up. there's the heart and soul has gone into it from locals, and this is where we come together and we support because a lot of the players are locals.
A lot of players are
So
local.
like, come support the local team. Something fun. It's whether you're 6 months old or 75 years old. There's a lot of things to do there, and this is where we show up for our people.
Awesome.
There were some people over 75 there.
Yeah.
I saw them last night. I know some of them, and they were having a great time.
Yeah.
And I saw some babies there. Seemed to be having a great time. I didn't hear much crying.
I didn't hear any crying.
You couldn't hear any crying over the drums.
Over the
No,
drums,
And
yeah.
that's a
no,
great thing. The
yeah.
drums were one of my favorite parts.
Absolutely, I could love a good drum line.
Getting back now to what you do on your day-to-day basis, I guess tell us about what you offer to the community. I know most people would already know and probably have used you to buy or sell a home. But to those that are new to the area, that are new to the community, just kind of tell us, what do you offer at what's the name of that
Gallagher Home Team
yeah,
Realty.
but it's a home team realty with Keller Williams.
Yeah, so we are actually
sure
a real
that.
estate team. So very different than just a traditional brokerage. But the large majority of our business, so last year we sold right at 150 houses.
Awesome.
Of that 150, 78% of that was our sphere of influence, our past clients, and referrals from people that we know.
Okay.
So we are heavy into relationships and long-term taking care of people.
Okay.
I do not look at like selling you a house as a transaction. I look at it, and our team does, as it's a step in the process of your life. Because people don't move because interest rates are good or bad or anything else. They move because of life events.
Not normal people, yeah.
Yeah, and so we definitely stay involved in the community, but also in our clients' lives, potential clients' lives, to make sure that we're serving them at a high level and not just very transactional.
Well, that makes sense. I guess then what drew you, I guess you answer that in a way, but what then in trying to be involved with and in creating these relationships with your clients and the people in the area and in the region, what drew you then to be a partner with Statesville FC?
Sure. Well, obviously, I love all the people who are doing it, and I believe in it. And I want to see that for Statesville. But I think also giving back to a community that's given so much to us is a responsibility of a business owner. Small businesses will only make it if the community supports them, and in turn, you go support your community. Like, that's
So true.
literally what community is. It's not subdivisions and school districts and that. It's an actual community. And I think Statesville has done very, very good job of keeping that. Literally, feel the veal.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
I think that is one of the more unique aspects of this whole endeavor is getting to talk to different people that sit in the hot seat with us every week. And it's all small businesses and small business owners and just individuals and people that just, as you said, want to make a dent into Statesville. And then I ask the question I usually ask first, why Statesville? And not just because it's our hometown and where we're from, but why Statesville?
Why not Statesville?
Okay.
So true.
I mean, we've been the redheaded stepchild of Mooresville for the longest time. And it has been that way in my real estate industry. This is where spicy. So a lot of people think that Statesville is not as worthy of or at prim and proper, whatever you want to call it.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Not up to par with the Mooresville or other parts of the county, I guess you could say.
correct. 77 might end at exit 36 in a lot of people's mind. It just fall off the end of the earth. That's kind of how what people thought about it. And, why not? Like, we really are the crossroads. There's a whole lot of growth here, and there's just freaking good people here. And so I think it's time to shine the light on what a great town we are.
Exactly, and also on that, and she's maybe touched on this a little bit. This one reason that we did create this was to bring people or keep people in Statesville. You don't have to go to Charlotte. You don't have to go out of town. You don't have to go necessarily to the lake to Hickory to get some good family entertainment, sporting events, just stuff to do. And this is something that is brought here for our community to bring people in our community and keep people in our community together. And that was one of the reasons that we were happy to partner up with Home Team, because they definitely provide a full team, not only in the real estate agency market, but also dealing with Statesville FC. Jill's team, Nicole and the rest of them have been so helpful with us and just been a big part of not just game days, just overall the operation that we're doing here and what we're putting together.
And our home team, player of the game each week for all of our home broadcasts and home games. So when you're there, we'll have a player of the match every time, and that'll be sponsored by Gallagher Home Realty.
Yay.
So we appreciate that. And the first one that we had in the history of Statesville FC
Was last night, or not last
Tuesday
night?
night.
Tuesday night, yes, sir.
Braden McCourt with a press, had a press on a backwards pass, was able to bury it, and the explosion of noise from the stadium, not just from the PA announcer, but from the stadium in general. I talked to one of my wife's her co-teachers today, and they live down the street, and they said they could hear it 3 blocks away.
Nice.
The noise.
Nice.
I guess that moment, it wasn't just about the goal, but just seeing it all in action. Does it all make it not just worth it, but I guess what's that feeling that you get from seeing it all happening?
It's kind of surreal, isn't it?
Very
Like,
surreal.
I'm sure it is for you. But being local, like having been here, you dated me with the year I graduated, 46 years, born and raised. It's just, I don't know. I kind of go back to it is our time to shine, and you got to walk into it. And the celebration and the roar of that crowd, it was like, gave you a little bit of goosebumps just because it's like, this is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like a proud mama because y'all did obviously so much work. No, the team, obviously, doing a lot of work. But yeah, I kind of sat there like a proud mom, just enjoying it all.
Now, were you a soccer fan at all before this started? There's people that have said no to this question, so it's okay. That's not a problem. I'm always curious to know.
Right. My kids played when they were little, and that was about it.
Okay, no, that's awesome. So it's just, I think that goes to show the universalness of soccer. I know Bryson, my man behind the camera, was impressed last night with the match. Just something unique. Remember tonight, 865 Alliance. It's the second match of the season, the NPSL. Tickets available. If you're not able to make it, if you're watching from Hawaii, outside the country, if you're watching from Canada, I know we had a few international watchers this last Tuesday. You can watch on YouTube on Statesville FC's channel. But getting back now to Jill Gallagher in the hot seat. What does Feel the Ville mean to you?
I think it's really just, again, back to the community. What you're going to get, I think, is a lot of Southern hospitality. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when you come into downtown and you experience what Statesville is like, outside of downtown, the rest of it too, I think you get kindness, you get a little bit slower, you get waves when people let you cross the street. Yes. It's kindness, and Lord knows we need more of that. Yep. So I think it's just it's experiential for sure, and it's a good feeling. You walk away feeling like, I really like that place.
What's your name?
And that's exactly the whole meaning behind Feel the Ville. We want people to come to our games, come to our events, and walk away feeling like they were just touched by something special. They had a nice feeling. Even when you were just talking about when that goal scored the other day. I mean, huge weight off my shoulders, but just the tingling sensation that I got, even just you talking about it right there, just makes me smile like you're smiling right now. And we want people that, there's a lot of people that come to Statesville to visit or come here to move, and they fall in love with it, and they understand what some of us that have been here for 40 some years talk about, and how the way we feel about Statesville and just this area. And we want that every time someone comes to one of our games or visits downtown area. We want them to leave feeling positive about their experience here in Statesville and with our events at Statesville FC games.
Absolutely.
We've kind of circled around it, but what was your just one favorite thing about Tuesday's match?
Gosh. I think Hickory showed up with their drum line, and that was
very impressive.
Statesville's got to show up. So the crowd and the electricity, all through the whole thing, I think was my favorite. Just the energy of it all. But I'm gonna give props to them. I think the drum line and the music was my favorite.
Yeah. a lot of credit to Hickory FC and their group, their supporters, their team. Yeah,
kudos to you guys, Hickory. Congratulations. They also did win the Derby Trophy. Yeah. They have it for this year. They didn't get it back.
364 days of our praise.
Right.
Yes,
All right.
Yes, yes.
Right.
And go win the USL 2 now. We'll be rooting for you. You'll be rooting for us, hopefully. But no, that was I get the goosebumps. It was awesome to see
that.
To hear it, to feel it, and I think it created that atmosphere that should be the expectation, should be the norm. And I think it would be awesome to see some Statesville FC supporters begin that tradition themselves, knowing that it's allowed, because I don't know if people even know that you can bring drums. And things like that in.
Horns, drums, noisemakers,
that it's
encouraged.
And that, we're trying to be organic, but at the same time, I think we've seen example, locally here, to be a little bit better than some of these other NPSL programs where it's in a park with some bleachers.
Yes, and no offense to anything else, but like that was one of the major reasons and I guess pluses for having Hickory come here and be our opponent in our very first home game.
Showed us the way,
because they give us an example of what we are supposed to be like. Set an example of what the top tier club in this area is doing. And just so you know, there are some things in the works for this next game, tonight's game. There are some things lined up. Maybe our music just maybe had to work on Tuesday night or something. Maybe they just couldn't be there. But I think we might be in for a very music and rhythm experience coming on tonight at our game. So make sure you come out there and check out what's going on at our game tonight as we play 865 Alliance in our first NPSL home game. There might be a little bit of music that's going to help keep the rhythm of the guys out there on the field.
Didn't mean to hijack the hot seat from you there, Joe. Sorry. We've been on a little soapbox there just because I was very impressed with Hickory. The team, there's everything. And then the way everything interacts was just great. It's an off-the-wall question. What's the number one thing you tell people buying or selling a house? And that might be, try to just completely out of left field here.
Yeah.
Just because that's your expertise. That's kind of what what is it the same? Would you even consider it to be the same advice or?
No. Well, yes. Call us. That's number one.
See? Yeah.
Yep. Call us.
Gotta reach out.
Yeah. Call us. I think that people take buying or selling a house entirely too lightly. And it's not uncommon for them to take matters into their own hands for a little bit too far, and then they realize that they get out of their area of expertise. It's a tricky thing. I've sold well over 1,000 houses at this point in my career.
Kudos to you.
And well, thank you.
Good job.
It's a long career, so that's why.
Wow, when you really start thinking about it, it's got
Thousands.
easily.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
And having done it that many times, I never forget what it feels like to be on the other side of it. Matt and I sold our house in 2020. We did what everybody did. We sold our house.
You too?
Yeah. Moved into a camper.
Oh.
And this is just a wild story, but I really felt like we were called to sell our house, move into a camper, and wait. And I was like, really? Wait? I don't wait well. But anyway, a client of mine called me and said, I found a property that I want to buy. We want to sell our pond property. He's a mini repeat client. Didn't even know he owned it. And it was the thing that I'd been writing for the last 5 years. Exactly what I wanted.
What you wanted, a pond.
It's exactly what a
list,
pond,
okay.
the 20 acres, like all the things. It was everything we wanted.
Open floor
So
plan.
you took a
We
risk.
built.
Okay.
You took a risk
took
by
a risk.
moving your family into a camper, and you were greatly rewarded, right?
Yes.
So
But in that, I know what it feels like to be homeless, to leave a home that we'd been in for 10 years. And I had
Very
to lean
nice
on,
home, too,
yeah,
by the
I
way.
had to trust my own team to kind of talk me off of ledges. And that's what we do for people. So let us be the guide to help you make it make sense, because it is a stressful time. So yeah, I think that's it. Just trust us.
That's great advice. That is great advice.
to piggyback on that question, okay, because
hit
that
me.
was your trust you guys as a realtor company. But what would you say to any other person, maybe a new business starting out, a new opening business starting out, maybe a new sports franchise or something, a new business in the community starting out? What advice would you give to them on how to establish themselves and to be a successful business for years to come, such as Gallagher Home Team Realty?
Relationships before everything. People over profits all day long. And I think it's long term, knowing the end game is an infinite game, and that you're always taking care of people. And if you take care of people, people will take care of you.
It's a great answer. And one reason why we partnered with this lady right here, right?
Jill? with Gallagher Home Team, Keller Williams Realty. I think you've survived the hot seat. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank
and
y'all.
thank you for being a part of this endeavor, this whole process, and helping bring, to me, I love soccer, and that's why I'm a part of this, and I love Statesville, and just to have other people that part of soccer isn't the main reason, and to see it for other sides is just incredible. So thank you for being a part, and you're free of the hot seat.
Awesome. Thank you.
But I will say, when you come back from this last segment, I might have one question to ask you on this last segment. I'll get you to do something for us this last segment.
Okay.
So we'll be right back, guys, with Jill Gallagher.
When it comes to power, performance, and comfort, nothing cuts like Ferris mowers. Built with patented suspension technology, Ferris zero-turn mowers absorb bumps and rough terrain, giving you a smoother ride and a cleaner, more professional cut. Whether you're mowing your own yard or running a full-time crew, Ferris helps you get more done in less time. Ready to feel the Ferris difference? Visit RC's Lawnmower Sales and Service, 150 RC Farm Drive in Statesville, and check out the full line of Ferris mowers today. Ferris, work hard, ride smooth.
Welcome back to the Statesville FC Soccer Show. I'm Brian Buckow with Eric Hansen. We still have our friend and co-sponsor of Game Day and player of the game, Jill Gallagher, with us. Week 2 of the MPSL season kicking off tonight. We've got a match against 865 Alliance. Burlington United also going to be taking on Charlottetown Hops. Mint Hill playing Greenville United. Those are the 3 games in the NPSL in our conference, in our division today. Make sure to check those out. If you can't make it, you can listen to me on YouTube. Don't know if you want to do that, but you can have that option if you're not able to make it tonight. Eric, we got a lot of things going tonight. A lot of
things
cool
going
stuff
tonight. This whole past week, we've had a lot of good things. And talking about that broadcast, if you did not see the I-40 Derby, you can go on our YouTube page, hit the live. You can rewatch the broadcast. Hear my man Buck doing his first ever live broadcast of the Statesville FC games here in Greyhound Hollow. It was a great broadcast. Go out and check it out. See the highlights. See the first ever goal scored by Statesville FC. It was a Gallagher home team player of the game that day with Braden McCourt out of Hickory High School. Great job there, McCourt. Also, we had this past week, we had our first 2 games, right? We played in Burlington, played against Hickory. We also had the release of the Bull Run Blast from Jeremiah's.
I got to make sure I get that this week. I did not get any Tuesday. I'm going to make sure I get some tonight.
Those things were selling like hotcakes, I guess they say.
Jose was very happy.
Jose was very happy. So if you didn't have a chance to get a Bull Run Blast at the game, this past game, you can come tonight, get one, or you can go to Jeremiah's location. They can make you one there. Ask the Bull Run Blast.
Everyone in attendance will also get Jeremiah's.
That's right. Anyone that comes to the game tonight, as they're leaving, will get a free coupon to go to Jeremiah's as well. So that is great. We also had the release on May 7th of the Stampede Ale, our very own beer that has been produced by
try some of that
by Red Buffalo. Right? Our friends Joe and every guys at Red Buffalo, they've created the Stampede Ale. It was selling pretty good on that first day.
Need some in the booth. Need some in the booth.
Unfortunately, we can't have any in the booth there.
Well, we'll work on
we
that.
can have it before the booth. So just like every home game, these guys are going to be meeting at Red Buffalo an hour or 2 before our games. Try some Stampede Ale. Join the march. Come down to the stadium from Red Buffalo. Join all the fun. Get there and have a blast. Jill will be there with home team. You got something to say?
Well, yeah. So, actually, you will get the Stampede Ale in a cup with the Gallagher home team logo on it.
Ooh, yes. That was a secret. That was a surprise. Yes, we have brand new cups that are out there with our Stampede Ale logo, along with the Gallagher home team logo as well, and Red Buffalo have all partnered to provide us a cup to pour those Stampede Ales in. Right?
Jeez,
so we definitely want to get one of those. All these different things are being released, plus our brand new jerseys, our home and away kit jerseys with our sponsors, Epic, Hunkajunk Hauling, the insurance, everything. All of our sponsors on there. We had our warm-up jerseys with Alarm South on the front. So, I mean, thank you to all of our sponsors that made all this possible. Quickly run through them real quick. We have Epic Studios, Hunkajunk Hauling, Iredell Partnership for Young Children, FGWH Insurance, Alarm South, Emerge Ortho, Print Path, Iredell Free News, Crossroads Dental, Knox Roofing, Wings of Eagles Construction, Gallagher Home Team, Genesis Fitness, Jeremiah's Italian Ice, Wham Radio, Bright Wave, 220 Cafe, and Statesville Dance and Performing Arts. And tonight, speaking of Bright Wave, they will be there at halftime with their our very own unique drone show.
It's amazing.
Drone light show tonight at halftime, the Statesville FC game. So much going on. fantastic.
I don't think I ever want to hear anyone say there's nothing to do in Statesville.
Amen.
There's at least something to do tonight.
That's right. And today's the only day that matters, really, right?
That is true. Live for the day.
That's right, Joe.
And the last question I have for Jill before we get out of here and blow that final whistle is Jill, you've been at a game. You're you're going to be at this next game.
Yep.
Tell the people of Statesville why they should come tonight and to all of our Statesville FC home games.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head. Like, quit saying there's nothing to do when there's things to do. Like, and it's a lot of fun. Like I said earlier, I think it doesn't matter what your age. You don't really even have to be a soccer fan to enjoy it. If you like football, it was a little rough, like a little bit like football.
There's a lot of contact.
There was a lot of contact.
Big guys out
We're
there.
a physical team.
Yeah,
No
it
pads.
is.
We're
It's a
physical.
physical
No
team.
pads.
Yeah.
No pads.
We're a physical team.
And there was a lot of oohing and like, ooh. So a ton of action, a lot of things for the kids to do, great food. But look, this is your community. You show up for your community. Your friends are going to be there. Your family's going to be there. If you don't like your family, your friends are going to be there. And it's just so much fun. You get to hang out with all the people that you have grown up with or come to know. And again, it goes back to community, man.
Awesome. And this past game, I saw friends young and old. I saw people from my church that I've known for 40 years. I've saw some friends that I just met this past week. You know, so I saw some friends that I met at a game last year. So, I mean, everyone's there. Community's coming there. You should be there, too.
Absolutely.
Excited to see. Bring the family. Call your friends. A lot going on tonight. Remember, free Jeremiah's Ice. Get your Bull Run Blast. Go up, get your beer before the game with your cup.
Stampede Ale.
I got about 40 things to do. Drone show, and then we're going to have some good soccer on the pitch as well. And I have a feeling that this is going to be a match we're going to want to remember, that you're going to want to be there for. If you're a soccer fan, 865 Alliance is a good program, but I think that this is going to be an opportunity for the herd.
Yes.
So, Eric, why don't you start getting us out of here?
All right, that's right. So, guys, this is the, once again, that's the whistle on another edition of the Statesville Soccer Show, the Statesville FC Soccer Show. Huge thank you to our guest, Jill Gallagher of Home Team Realty, Home Team Player of the Game, right? Thank you for coming here. And
we'll be back every Saturday, but you can follow us on Statesville FC on X and Instagram for daily updates. Tonight, watch us on Statesville's FC's YouTube channel. If you can't make it to the match, listen to our broadcast. It'll start airing around 7 o'clock. But until then, spread the word about the oncoming herd. This is our city. This is our club. I'm Brian Buckauer.
And I'm Eric Hansen. We cannot wait for you to join us this season as we all make everyone we encounter feel the Ville. Thank you, guys.